progress, it seems, at Old Trafford. We've had some late drama and we've only had 4 games on this Premier League weekend. Leeds getting the job done against West Ham despite their late consolation last night. What a day for Sunderland. The 93rd minute winner coming from behind to beat Chelsea. Chemsdean Talby with his first Premier League goal for the Red and Whites. The Black and Whites, Newcastle, also got the job done in the 90th minute. Bruno Guimaraes with the winning goal to see off Fulham, and Manchester United beating Brighton in the end by 4-2. Liverpool at Brentford this evening, and then all those games for you tomorrow live on Sky Sports. So how do we stand? Brighton have slipped to 12th place. Not looking good for West Ham United in 19th right now. Fulham having a difficult start in 16th. Leeds pleased to get that win. They're in 14th. And then the climbers, Newcastle into the top half. Manchester United up into the top 4. And doesn't that look much better for them? In the company of Manchester City, Sunderland, who are in their highest league position for almost 25 years, and Arsenal in action tomorrow, who lead the way. Cricket for you tomorrow as the ICC Women's World Cup continues with England in their final group game taking on New Zealand. 6 a.m. Sky Sports Cricket, and it's a sad final farewell to the award-winning Sky original comedy Brassic. The last ever episode is coming your way on Thursday on Sky Max. But we're not saying goodbye to these two. Izzy and Jamie have got more work to do. We'll get some live reaction from Old Trafford in his tenure. 4-2 victory over Brighton thanks to 2 goals from Brian Mbeumo, who I'm very pleased to say is waiting to talk to us right now. Brian, congratulations. Yep, talking to the mic, look straight ahead and we're all good to go. Just how important was that result for you?
Yeah, I think it was very important. Obviously, 3 wins in a row now. I think it's great for the confidence of the team and for everyone. I think we've been waiting for this for a long time, and yeah, it's only good.
How good was this Manchester United performance, would you say, Brian?
Yeah, I think we played a great game. Obviously, we are a bit disappointed to concede 2 goals, but the most important is the win, and at the end we did it.
I wanted to ask you as well, that feeling of scoring 2 goals at Old Trafford, your first double at home, how does that feel?
Yeah, honestly, so good. Yeah, the atmosphere is crazy here. The fans are unbelievable, and it's always good to score goals, but especially here.
Brian, Jamie Redknapp, congratulations. 2 beautiful goals. Hopefully you've got a screen there. Talk us through the first goal, because it's a really good bit of link-up between you and Sesko.
Can you see it, Brian?
Yeah.
He's enjoying it.
Talk us through it.
Your good movement here.
Yeah, see, Sesko can always turn around and deliver good balls. And I didn't ask myself a lot of questions. I just went and I tried to beat the defender and the keeper.
Love that smile. And then obviously the second goal. Great understanding with Bruno Fernandes this time. There's a lovely little, he leaves it for you. You take a really good touch and then smash it into the top corner. This was almost telepathic between the 2 of you.
Yeah, I've seen a big gap. Obviously, I didn't know that Aiden was going to put it through. And luckily it happened, and yeah, happy to score.
Brian, you obviously did fantastically well at Brentford, and then you get a move to Manchester United. Just talk us about the difference and the expectation and what it's been like to go to Manchester United. And it looks like things are starting to turn for the better right now. How enjoyable has it been for you? Yeah,
obviously I enjoy a lot here. It hasn't been easy at the start, obviously. It's a new environment. A new expectation, but I think with the automatism, with the link up with the team, I think everything is going the right way.
Brian, does it feel like you are developing good connections with your teammates, the likes of Cunha, Bruno Fernandes in particular, Sesko, of course, Mason Mount? It looks like you're developing a good feeling between the players.
Yeah, I think we all put a lot of work at training. I think it's the most important because what we do there, we try to replicate it on the pitch. And yeah, with the time, the link-up are growing up. And yeah, we're going to try to understand each other even better.
But it's 3 wins out of 3, Brian. What, for you, is the big difference that we are seeing from Manchester United in this period?
Yeah, I think, as I said, the work we put in, the efforts, the togetherness we give on the pitch is a key. And yeah, after we try to stick at the plan, and yeah, we just try to play as best as possible.
But presumably, I mean, you're in the top 4 now. I don't know if you're aware of that, but presumably this is why you actually came to Manchester United, because that's where you wanted to be challenging.
Yeah, obviously, I like the challenges. Yeah, came here to a big club, and yeah, we want to fight for the best places.
Brian, we wish you well. Congratulations on a very successful night for you and the team. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Well done, Brian.
Brian Mbeumo with 2 goals for Manchester United, and here's Gary Neville waiting to speak to us. Did you score 2 goals in a game, Gary, for Manchester United?
No, I scored 2 goals in consecutive weeks, or 1 and 1, which, does that count?
I'll give you that.
From right back. You'll take that, Gary.
Especially on the day you've been inducted into the Premier League Hall of Fame as well. Does he look like a Manchester United player already, Mbeumo?
Yeah, I think Mbeumo and Cunha, I think the risk was removed from those signings in the sense that they've been in the Premier League before and they've got that hunger to deliver at a different level. There was a lot of things about those signings that you felt more comfortable with, and I think that when I look at United now with Mbeumo, I think Mbeumo looks like he belongs, he looks hungry, he looks like he wants to score goals. It wasn't quite happening for him and Cunha in the first maybe 4 or 5 matches when they were getting into the positions, they always wanted the ball, but they weren't maybe taking their chances. But I think Manchester United have got something to build on. If those 2 can stay up front and live up front in those spaces, and the other 8 or 9 players in the team can just be the foundation for them and sort of keep more clean sheets and defend well, those 2 will win a lot of football matches for this club.
Of course, new ground that we're treading here under Ruben Amorim. Does this feel particularly significant, Gary? 3 on the bounce? I
think it does. I think that it feels like his best week in the job. The week where I think that, look, where he's been, and I think where we've all been with it, I wouldn't have been surprised. We were talking about him losing his job, and I was thinking he was under massive pressure after going into the international break in October. I felt as though that change could be imminent, but the victory at Anfield, and it shows you how things can turn around. And then obviously this was so important today. Look, he's not out of the woods yet, and it's certainly not a time to get carried away. But I think Manchester United are now where they thought they probably would be. They'll slip down a couple of...
Manchester United fans, you will love that. 4th in the table, 16 points. Owen Hargreaves, how much improvement have you seen in the last few weeks with Ruben Amorim?
I don't think the performance has been amazing, but I think the results have been there. You think back to the first game against Arsenal, where they probably played better than Arsenal and somehow lost the game. But I think right now they're getting results. That's the most important. I think when you have players like Cunha, who have a real personality. I just love the way he talks. He said he wanted to go there. He wanted to play for Manchester United, and that's what you want. I think him and Mbeumo, along with Bruno Fernandes, they have guys that you can rely on, that you can trust. And I think Casemiro's come back into the team. He's performed quite well. They're scoring goals, but I would say they're probably conceding more than they would like. 14 goals conceded, that's a lot, I think, at this stage of the season. But I like the look of the team, the direction, and the goalkeeper has made a difference as well.
Certainly calmed things down at the back, hasn't he? Glenn Murray, so we were 2-0 at half-time, and then, just after an hour gone, looked like it was game over, didn't it, with Brian Mbeumo at this stage?
Yeah, I mean, you can't go to Old Trafford and concede 3 and expect to stay in the game, but somehow they managed to do it. It was a dubious, was it a free kick or not? But when we see Mbeumo just took this in 3-0, you feel like it's game over. But they showed a little bit of character, Brighton.
And that summed them up.
Too little, too late.
They're trying to play for the nutmegs, turnover in possession. Great finish from Mbeumo. But I just thought Brighton, up to the 3-0, they were played naive. you mean they were trying to play in areas where it wasn't on, Glenn?
Yeah, like I say, I mean, I think 3 of the Manchester United 4 goals came from good possession of Brighton with no pressure on them. And when you're lacklustre in possession like that, especially away at Old Trafford, especially against a team like Ruben Amorim's team that is set up to counter-attack, win the ball high up, and the devastating players they've got now, and like you say, that personality of Cunha and Mbeumo, they've got that aura to carry this team forward. And then when you've got Fernandes feeding those two, it's just a brilliant recipe.
Oh, and the man we talked about before the game, Danny Welbeck, your old teammate, made it game on, didn't he?
And then from that point, they just couldn't really find that foothold or that fluidity, or they couldn't just carve out that last final opportunity. I mean, when you look at Manchester United, I think probably 3-0 up. Even though they are set up as a counter-attacking team, you'd expect them to have better game management at Old Trafford, wouldn't you?
Yeah. To be fair, they made change. I think they thought the game was dead and buried at 3-0. They made change and it went the other way. One thing I would say is Brighton got the ball forward quickly. In the first 60 minutes, they just messed about with it on the edge of the box, kept turning it over, which led to goals. At the end of the game, they're just getting the ball in the box, putting Man United under pressure, and that's where the goals came from.
Well, that Charalampos Kostoulos header had you out of your seat in the green room, Glenn. We were thinking the comeback could well and truly be on, but less than 4 minutes later, Owen, Brian and Mbeumo again.
Watch this dummy from Bruno Fernandes, by the way. What's the ball from heaven? Watch the dummy from Bruno. Oh, my word. He's so clever. He's so smart. And what a finish from Mbeumo, but I think you'll see it from this angle better. Bruno always checking shoulder. Look, knows exactly where everybody is. That is just beautiful, honestly. Sometimes the best thing to do is not touch the football, and a great finish from Mbeumo.
Yeah, I mean, that's why he's there, isn't it? That's meat and drink for him, isn't it, for Brian and Mbeumo? 2 on the afternoon. Brilliant afternoon for him. I mean, Manchester United back where we're more used to seeing them. Whether the performances are good enough to keep them there, let's see.
And let's see what is ahead for your old team, Owen, in terms of Sean Dyche against Nottingham Forest. They go to the City ground and then a trip to London to face Tottenham Hotspur under Thomas Frank. And then after that, David Moyes comes back to Old Trafford with his Everton side there. In terms of a run, how are the next few weeks looking then? And can this continue?
Well, they're going to have to make the game against Forest because they're not a team. They're going to want the ball. So, but they need to find a way. Even if you're not playing well, you need to find a way to get points. They're doing that at the moment. Long may it continue.
Yeah, enjoyed that. You guys, last few hours, there we go. Manchester United 3 points. And we watched, of course, Sunderland with a late winner earlier on at Stamford Bridge. Next, though, we are focusing on events in West London at the G-Tech Community Stadium because Liverpool, the champions, are in the capital to take on Brentford. And Ben Mee is with Danny Murphy and Julia Stewart.
Well, thank you very much, Will. Exactly as you said it, a former Liverpool midfielder, a former Brentford defender in the house to take us home this Saturday for Premier League action here on Premier League Live. To see whether Liverpool can reboot their Premier League title defence, Jordan Henderson against his former side for the first time since leaving Anfield.